presents Bob and Jay's Pro Football Podcast with your hosts, Bob, Katie, and Jay Schmidt.
Welcome to week 13 of Bob and Jay's Pro Football Podcast.
Week 14.
Damn it, I did it again.
NFL week 13 coverage. Okay.
I told you I was a little foggy today. I knew I was going to get nailed at some point. And there it is.
There it is.
I did this last week too. Why suddenly, I don't know, like week 11 or 12, I went haywire. I don't understand. So, welcome to week 14 of Bob and Jay's Pro Football Podcast.
Yes, sir.
And maybe I'll label it right, and everybody will not see two 13s up there. Oh, my. All right, let's get into it. Week 13.
Mm-hmm.
Packers 27, Lions 23 on a crazy ending.
Yeah.
To a Thursday night game.
Yeah, it was at a 61-yard Hail Mary with no time left. Beat the
Lions.
Detroit.
Yeah.
That would have been Detroit's first sweep since 91 of Green Bay.
It's so the Lions to lose that way, though.
Yes.
You know, you feel like the Lions or Browns would be the ones to lose like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Detroit's playing a lot better, but then you got to look at Green Bay's not playing very well at all.
Yeah.
Their receivers can't get open.
Well, and they were down. I mean, that whole game. What the hell was it? Till 5:44 left in the third. I think I wrote down. If I can read my writing. That's when Green Bay scored their first points.
It just seems like they can't get. It seems like the receivers now can't get open. The running game isn't going that good. It just seems like everything on offense is just grinded to a halt.
Yes.
And
they're.
So I'm very much perplexed because this is not a good time to go in the hole.
No, not at all. This is when you want to start turning it on, really.
But the Vikings keep handing them the division. Keep handing them.
Well, yeah.
It's like that's unbelievable.
Yes.
With that, but okay, Jets 23, Giants 20.
Yes.
If the Giants could find a different way to lose a game, I am depending on the Jets. Or no, I'm sorry. I'm depending on the Giants, the Colts, the Chiefs, and somebody else. I can't remember what the other one was.
Houston, probably, right?
Well, Houston did do what they were supposed to and lose to Buffalo.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah, that was Buffalo. Yeah. Oakland is the only other one.
Of course, can't depend on the Raiders or the Giants and
the Faders.
Yeah, the Colts now decide to go into their shell. It's like yay. So nobody did anything cooperative except for the Bills in Houston for me this week. Nobody cooperated.
Yeah,
nobody at all. Yeah. But the Giants had that again. They owned that game all the way through.
Yeah, that was with 4:24 left.
Yep,
Fitzgerald rallied him to 10 points.
Fitzgerald. Now, wouldn't that be crazy? Fitzgerald or Fitzpatrick throwing to Fitzgerald. Talking about name confusion.
Yes.
But what Coughlin going for it when he could have put points up that late in the game when they have a 10-point advantage?
Yep. Yeah, that was.
I remember Marv Levy's always take the points. Always take the points.
Mm-hmm.
When you have you look at a field goal as to a certain extent as free points. You know what I mean?
Right.
Even if you don't make it, okay, but usually they're more better than not. You're going to make him. And especially that close, they were at the 10?
Something. Yeah, it was close.
It was in the red zone.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's you can't just. And the Jets just seem to be squeaking out some wins.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to. I don't even know where to place them at anymore. You know
Right.
what I mean? They're it's since that Patriots game they played against 4 or 5 weeks ago. They haven't been the same.
Right.
They've just kind of just been struggling along.
Yep.
And the Giants again. Nobody wants to win that division.
Yeah.
Nobody
Right.
does.
That's
Everybody's just like, no, you win the division. Yeah. No, you win the division.
Do you think Coughlin's job's in jeopardy?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think so. I think it's kind of crazy that it is because you win two Super Bowls.
Mm-hmm.
You should kind of have a little stamp on it there for, you know what I mean? Is this the third season they will be without making the playoffs?
Not
Something like that?
on that. Sure.
I think it's something like that. I heard something like that. But I mean, you know, I don't know. Number one is you got to sit there and you got to look and be like, well, you got to give him better talent. You know, I think he's doing pretty good with the talent he has.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is much. I think we said that in the beginning of the year. It's like the Giants are meh, you know, talent wise. So. He'll probably get axed. He'll probably get fired, and that's going to be too bad. Mm-hmm. But he's up there. You know, this might be his last coaching stop.
Yeah.
Might be time to retire. I don't know. Texans 21, Bills 20.
No one circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah. I mean, J.J. Watt's name wasn't even mentioned all game long. I think he had 3 tackles. Mm-hmm. No quarterback pressures, no quarterback hits, no sacks.
Nope.
It was all good. Tyrod Taylor broke the Bills record for games without an interception or passes. Passing completions attempts. That's it. Passing attempts with no interception. He passed Drew Bledsoe. Now holds the record.
Nice.
So. Good game. Bill's offense really showed up. The defense didn't. Still, I'm just one. I know we're getting beat up. It's like earlier in the season.
Yeah, you got a lot of injuries there.
Offense got beat up, but they kind of all came back. The defensive guys don't seem to be coming back as fast. So some of them are going on injured reserve. So they're taking some injuries there. Again, I know I'm bitching about this, but 2 calls on 2 of the Texans' touchdowns were penalties. Yeah. They said it on the broadcast were penalties. Yeah. And it's like, this is just when you're in a game, when you're watching a game and you see a penalty that's bullshit, you're usually, if it's not on a scoring play, it's kind of like, oh, okay, you bitch about it, but it didn't lead to any kind of scoring change, you know what I mean, that abruptly.
Yep.
But it seems like this year, 2 in the Giants game, 1 in Jacksonville, now 2 in this game. It's like they're majorly changing, taking away points from Buffalo or putting, and I'm just saying that as an example. I mean, I'm saying this in a lot of games all across the league.
Absolutely.
Or they're putting points up for the opponent, and it's like, man, on scoring plays, that hurts. That's what drives me nuts on scoring plays.
But yeah, definitely, absolutely, the officiating is horrible.
The worst I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
And they took away our 3 or 4 seconds at the end of the New England Monday night game, Buffalo. Mm-hmm. That could have been another Aaron Rodgers heaved the end zone. We were like at the 40, you know.
Yep.
So I mean, but they took away a chance,
right?
You know, I mean, and they sent 3 apologies this last week. The Buffalo, the league did the oops, sorry.
Yep.
The officiating is terrible.
Yes, it is.
Yes, but the Bills' offense played really well. Offensive line played great. Tyrod Taylor played great. The whole offense did. McCoy, really good, considering that we didn't have a backup really. Our backup running back Carlos Williams was hurt and wasn't out there this week. So it was a good win against a team that's hot. So that was very pleasing that they still got something in them to do that. Mm-hmm. And of course, it just makes a mess of the whole wild card.
Yes,
the whole wild card part of it. Ravens 13, Dolphins 15. Yeah, that's all you got to say about that.
Yeah, that was just an ugly game.
You just feel like the Dolphins barely won, picking on the sickly child in the corner.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but in Baltimore, actually, that's what I wrote down here. The yardage-wise, 375 to 219, they actually outgained them and held the ball for 38 minutes.
If it wasn't for Schaub's pick six.
Yeah, and they.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
I don't know,
again,
not a lot to say.
I know that I notice after this game, the chatter has started, which I think I brought up a couple of weeks ago, is Ryan Tannehill, the franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah,
their offense is all about running right now. I mean,
yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think they're trying to make him something he's not.
Yep.
He's probably a good game manager, but I don't think he's the man.
Yep.
And the Ravens are just got to bump it up to is going to be a bad season because everybody's just gone.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it. Starting running back, top two starting wide receivers, their tight end, their quarterback.
Yeah.
And I think they have a lineman or two that are out too.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, it's like they're all just gone.
Yeah.
Suggs is gone. Oh, God, I don't think I remember seeing that kind of injury decimation to a team.
Yeah.
Where just like at every quality position, their starters are gone for the year. That's crazy. Bengals 37, Browns 3. Oh, that was an old-fashioned ass-whooping in Browntown.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, Browns were not pesky that day.
No. They were...
The Bengals, coming off of their 2 losses in a row, have put 31-7 the week before, and now 37-3. They've definitely bounced back from those 2 losses as best the way you can.
Yeah, well, they played St. Louis and Cleveland too. So.
That is true. Yeah,
you would
but
hope they would win like that.
Well, that's the whole thing. You hope you win.
Well, I hope they wouldn't. But.
Yeah. You would hope a team of that quality would. I know you don't hope anything because you're a Steelers fan. Jacksonville 39. Oh, we should say the Browns are starting Menzel this week.
Yes, yeah, Manziel's coming in this week.
He finally made his way out of the doghouse.
Yeah, and they're what's his name?
I'm sure he'll party all week long.
Yeah, it was his birthday, I think, last week. So,
oh, geez,
some more pictures surfacing.
Yeah, he gets if a picture surfaces of him just blowing out a birthday cake, it's all done for him. He needs to put on monk robes and just live in solitude for like a whole football season or something. Jacksonville 39, Titans 42. Titans just run by Mariota was like crazy.
Yeah, their first win since October 12th of 2014 at home, which was over Jacksonville also. So
was that an 87-yard? Yeah, it was
87-yard TD run. Yeah, Mariota. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, just when you think Jacksonville's digging themselves out of the hole.
Yeah, they could have won that game too. They just blew it at the end there.
Letting the quarterback run for 87 yards is a problem.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know much, but I know that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wonder with the Titans if they're going to have to go. I still think they got rid of Wisenhunt.
Yeah, I think
too
so
soon.
Too. Yep.
Way too soon. I think they have a lot of building left to do there.
Yep.
49, the hot 49ers 26
suddenly.
Against the Bears 20.
Led by Blaine Gabbert.
The amazing Blaine Gabbert. Jacksonville's just holding their head going, why?
He had like a 40-something yard run too.
Yeah. It looked like the slowest guy. It looked like slow motion.
Hilarious.
At least Mariota's, it looked like he had speed.
Yeah.
But that one.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Gabbert's was like, look at the slow white quarterback run.
And Chicago, man, two field goals late by Gold, who's usually like a pretty accurate kicker.
He's like Pro Bowl kicker. Man.
Missed 36 and a 40-yarder.
That's another thing. I've never seen so many missed field goals and extra points this year.
Yeah, and I think they said, I saw something on one of the games that they said there's been more missed extra points this year than
I don't.
I forget what the
I don't think the
stat
NFL was thinking it was going to be this big of a deal.
Oh, that's crazy. But yeah, there's been a lot of missed kicks altogether. And then,
Yeah.
but the extra point thing is crazy.
Absolutely.
Hey, it adds a little more drama to it, I guess.
Yeah. I shit in my pants every time they do a kick an extra point now. Seahawks 38, Vikings 7.
Wow.
Yeah, big disappointment. And at home, too.
Yeah.
Just
Minnesota, getting. What the hell is up with them? I don't.
They're unfortunately, they've regret. It was before Bridgewater was becoming the quarterback that if Adrian Peterson got stopped, he could muster up enough to get that win, but it's not become that lately at all.
Well, and Seattle, on the other side, Seattle's turning it on.
Oh, I know. Often he started last week against the Steelers,
offensively and obviously defensively. Minnesota's not really a bad team, and they held Peterson to 18 yards.
Yeah, well, it probably doesn't help when Seattle jumped out pretty fast on them.
Yep.
So, I mean, when you're relying on Adrian Peterson to be your workhorse, it's kind of hard to play catch up that way.
And actually, the only score that Minnesota got was on a kickoff return. So,
I've seen a lot of returns.
Yeah.
It's just very odd. It seems like a very odd football season.
Yes. Yeah, and this week was odd, I thought, too. It was just a weird week.
Yeah. Yes, very much so. Falcons 19, Buccaneers 23. Buccaneers look like they're the Falcons look like they're falling off the face of the earth, and the Bucs look like they're getting a little hot, actually.
Right. And then, Atlanta was ahead there. That was a good pull-out win there by, what's his name, Winston?
Yeah. Jameis Winston, yeah.
With a minute 39 left, Tampa Bay's hanging in there.
Yeah.
Still in the running for a wild card. So
yeah, Carolina won the division with that Bucs win. So yeah, the Falcons are just doing.
Yeah, Atlanta's just.
They're just nosediving, and I don't see them pulling up anytime soon.
No.
Terrible. Cardinals 27, Rams 3. The Rams have just gone completely off. They're in a nosedive too.
Yes,
completely.
They've lost 5 in a row, and they've lost total of in the last 2 games 58-10.
And they fired their offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, and I believe I was wondering if it was still Schottenheimer was the offensive coordinator, and it's not. So he wasn't the one that got fired. He might have got fired before, but or they parted ways. But not this offensive coordinator. At least the Rams in their free fall, you look at the quarterback is their main problem. With the Falcons, you go, well, you have the franchise quarterback. What's going on,
Yeah.
And the franchise wide receiver, and what looks like to be a pretty good running back. I don't know what the hell the Falcons' problem is.
Yeah, I don't.
And the Rams are just tanking badly.
And Arizona still chugging along.
Yeah.
Lost their running back. And
wow, I was just about to say Edgerrin James. Hello. At least he was a running back for the Cardinals. Yes, Chris Johnson.
And they have another Johnson, David Johnson.
They have a lot of Johnsons.
And Fitzgerald.
There you go.
Got 1,000 catches.
The youngest to 1,000 catches.
Yes, youngest to 1,000. He's now tied with Hines Ward for 10th on the all-time list.
Nice.
Catches. So.
Nice.
You're good.
Yeah, that pretty much solids him up for a Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
You would think.
I would think so. But then you never know with the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
The Chefs 34 and the Raiders 20.
Yep.
And the Raiders had control of the game going into half.
Carr threw a few picks there in the fourth quarter. Kind of sealed their fate.
I feel like the Chiefs are getting more lucky than they are.
It almost seems that way, but they're gonna end up doing this miraculous comeback, and then they're gonna get clipped in the first round of the playoffs, probably. I just have that feeling. Yep.
The Raiders need some time, collect more talent.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really want to play them next year. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
If they keep going in that projection.
Yep.
If they're still in Oakland.
Yes.
The Broncos 17, Chargers 3.
Speaking
The
of teams,
undefeated Brock Osweiler.
yes, 3-0. Speaking of teams that might be not where they are this year,
Chargers,
San
yeah.
Diego is a big.
And without a head coach,
Yes.
the GM got an extension. How can you fire him? How can you fire their head coach with all the decimation that they've had?
Yeah.
To me, that's just that's I don't know.
And you have pretty much who could be a franchise quarterback there. I mean, Rivers.
Yeah, they have
just got to surround them with some more talents.
Well, if you're giving the GM an extension, who should be the guy who's in charge of getting the talent,
Yeah, right.
and if you're giving him the extension, I think the coach is doing a hell of a job considering that they're grabbing guys off the street to play.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't understand why he's such in the hot seat, but
Yeah, I don't get that either. Doesn't make a lot of sense.
yeah, we'd probably be terrible NFL owners because we actually think like reasonably. Panthers 41, Saints 38.
Panthers.
Panthers.
They gave them a scare.
Yeah.
I think I kind of called that one too. I was saying New Orleans, this could be a sneaky game. I watched pretty
two
much
in a
the
row we
whole
did,
game.
didn't we?
Yeah.
We called this one and we called the next one, which we'll talk about,
Yes.
and that one did come true.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Trap game. We called this one. We were
It
saying.
was- Boy, what a game though! I watched pretty much most of that game, and man, that was
Somebody should just give Cam Newton the MVP right now. Is there anybody? Is there anybody having a season even close to him?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think there's I don't think there is anybody having a season even close.
Yeah.
Now that the Patriots, now that Brady is kind of Patriots are breaking down. It seems like he was the only one in discussion.
Yep.
Give it to if he doesn't get it on a mat, at the end of the season, that's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Because that whole team is just running on all cylinders.
Yep.
You know what? I didn't get scared even when the Saints went up by what? Did they go up 2 touchdowns right away?
They were up 2 touchdowns. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think pretty right off the bat. Yeah.
The Saints. I had faith in the Saints defense to cough it
What
up.
you do is going to be a shootout like that when it started. I mean, it was just
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was just surprised on. Well, the Saints are just so weird. They're just like one week they look like the Saints that won the Super
Right.
Bowl, offensively anyway. I guess I'm referring to.
Yeah.
And then the next week they look like they can't even
Definitely better at
get
home.
a touchdown. Yeah, that is true.
But no.
Eagles 35, Patriots 28, and there's the one we called.
Wah, wah.
That's the one we called.
Yeah.
We said that the Patriots were so beat up that we felt like that was going to
Philadelphia
be.
could sneak in there and steal one.
The problem is Philadelphia's been so terrible.
Yeah.
If it was any other team
Yeah,
that
I
even was
didn't-
markedly on a hot run, we would be like, yeah.
Didn't want to put my money on it, but yeah.
Yeah. And believe me, I was surprised, and then I thought for sure the Patriots are going to come back in the end. I'm like, this is just so New England.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is so New England to get this
Yep.
done, but very uncharacteristic things, too.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It just-
99-yard interception return. And
Yeah, pick 6, a punt block, a punt return for a touchdown. Was that punt block? Was that punt block for a touchdown also?
I didn't note that.
I don't know if that was, but it was the block. I mean, just yeah. The Patriots are just they're breaking down at the very wrong time.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, they were home field advantage, undefeated,
number one seed.
and now they're the number 3 seed.
Yeah.
And lose 2 in a row. That's it's crazy.
Yep.
That's crazy. Colts 10, Steelers 45.
We're from the town with a great football team. We cheer the Pittsburgh Steelers.
All right.
Yeah, yeah. the Colts defense was the ultimate greatest matchup for the Steelers wide receivers. Not that the Steelers wide receivers need to have a poor defense out there, but to have those three great wide receivers out there and just be able to run wild over the defense.
Yeah.
I watched the second half of that game, and I was like, oh, my God.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. Antonio Brown went crazy.
It was almost like they were willing things to happen.
Yeah.
Especially the run for the punt return.
Yeah.
It almost just looked like he was just back there going, just going to return this for a touchdown, guys. Be right back. Hang on.
Well, and Jacoby Jones now, they've basically benched him. He's back to third string punt returner, which people said they didn't even know that existed, which basically they're going to probably boot him.
Yeah.
Because he
fumbled
a couple times there. And, so he's probably going to be out the door. But, wow.
Once he got in, I saw him. When I was watching that play, I saw the opening. I said, he sees it.
Yeah.
And then it was like he got in.
Gone.
He got in there and then hit the Jets.
Yeah.
And I was like, done.
He is so quick when he.
Yeah, he's got serious acceleration.
Yep. And the celebration was the best part.
Yeah. It might have hurt. I think that would have hurt. He tried to
hilarious.
hug / hump
he said he tried to stick it, I guess. He was trying to just jump on and stick it. And he missed the catch. So, but he's
that poor woman
he's
security guard on the other side.
Scared the crap out of her. But
she probably crapped his pants.
He's such a fun guy and just a down to earth person, for one of these NFL wide receivers.
Now that is the perfect time to get a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah.
When you're up like 18 touchdowns and yeah.
That was the first time I've ever seen Tomlin smile for one of them. I think.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
But we're getting hot at the right time. Defense, and they made
it's all about keeping the big guy healthy.
And finally made Hasselbeck look like his age.
Yeah,
which I think they were trying to.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they definitely did that.
But that was a good game. Good win.
It was. It was. The Steelers definitely. I mean that and D'Angelo Williams looked really good.
Yeah.
I mean the whole
over
offense
100 yards again.
Yeah, the whole offense was just like crazy.
Yep.
Just crazy. Ben just doesn't even know where to throw it. He's got so many wide open people.
And they were without Heath Miller, who's a big target usually.
Yeah.
So
that's probably why the other wide receivers got so many damn targets. He's like, you stay. Yeah. You rest up for another week. We'll be good. Cowboys 19, Redskins 16. Nobody wanted to win this game either.
No, that was I actually watched most of that game.
Me and John happened to come in the living room like in the last 2 minutes, and he's like, I've never seen 2 minutes in the final part of the game like that ever.
Yeah,
because it was just
right. They said there was 18 points scored in the first 58 and a half minutes, and then 17 by the last minute and a half.
It was that thing like, you win the game. No, you win the game. No, I don't want to win the game.
Crazy.
You win the game. That's crazy. And again, the Giants had a chance to have the lead, and no, they didn't do that. And the Redskins had a chance to have the lead too.
Yeah,
nobody wants the division.
Yep.
And the Cowboys at 4 wins are 1 game out of the division lead. Sad.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of sad sacks. Oh my Lord. Jesus.
Yep.
Unbelievable. I'll go first, I guess. My winners, Eagles, of course.
Yes.
Seattle, for probably a team they might play in the playoffs for an away game and going in and doing that. Buffalo and Pittsburgh for keeping alive in the in the wild card realm. And I was going to go Jets with that too, but I felt like the Giants gave them the win more than they won the game. So I went with the Cowboys just for winning a game without Romo. Once.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's true. I didn't think about that one. I had Pittsburgh and Buffalo and Philadelphia. I went with KC for pulling one out in Oakland division game, and I went with Denver, 3-0 with Osweiler
with Brock
and defense playing good.
Yeah. Yeah, that team's going to be a difficult out, I think, in the playoffs. My losers, Giants, Redskins, for obvious choice. Neither of them want to take a step forward. Vikings, because it's kind of the same thing like the Redskins and Giants. They had an opportunity. When they have opportunities, they don't want to move forward in taking control of the division. The Bears, because they lost to Blaine Gabbert and the 49ers. And the Patriots, 2 in a row. And they're hurting at the wrong time.
Yeah. I went with Giants in Washington. I threw Oakland in there. Just three interceptions.
That was a very winnable game.
They had that game, and Baltimore, they're just a mess. and I put St. Louis because they're in trouble too. Yeah.
My winner was the Eagles going into New England and taking a win from them, especially when you're on a losing streak.
Also mine.
My loser, I did 2. I doubled up this week. Giants and Patriots. Patriots because they're really, really hurting at this point. And the Patriots they're showing they're hurting. So
yeah.
That's going to give teams a lot more confidence in going to play them. And the Giants just because, well, they're the Giants this year.
Yes. Yeah, I'm actually on board with the Giants too. They're losers.
My top 5 dumpster fires, I just went with the whole NFC East.
Yeah, good pick.
Because they're just all just terrible. And I just threw in another trio, make it even. Browns, Rams, Falcons, just all seem just right now. So
yeah,
I went 9-7.
Yeah, me too. Actually, same exact thing. 9-7.
I'm waiting to. I'm like we keep hovering around that like 10-6, 9-7 weeks. I'm waiting to have either a good week or a really bad week, but something in between. And all right, well, yeah, that'll do it for the Week 13 wrap up.
In your face, all over the place. We're online 24/7. 24/7. You're listening to the hottest internet station.
Bob and John Super Duper Variety Power Hour.
Shut up! Listen to Bob and Jay's Pro Football Podcast every Wednesday wherever you find Bob and John's Super Duper Variety Power Hour. Get a hold of us at Bob and Jay's Pass Rush at gmail.com and at Pass Rush Podcast on Twitter. Bob and Jay's Pro Football Podcast.
And we're back to do our Week 14 picks.
Yes.
They were a lot easier this week. It's funny because the couple I had trouble with weren't like, oh, those are 2 really good teams. It was like, what team is worse?
Yes. Absolutely.
The Vikings at the Cardinals.
I'm going Arizona.
Oh yeah, I'm going. I would. You know what? I'd probably, unless the Vikings had blown out Seattle, I probably was going to go Arizona anyway.
Yeah.
But after that loss, Vikings got to prove a little bit to me.
Yeah, or that could just be that total game where they come out and go crazy. You know what I mean? I don't.
Well, yeah.
I hope.
And we might, the Vikings and Seahawks might play in the playoffs, and the Vikings lose again because they just might be a bad matchup against Seattle.
Yep.
Sometimes you think that like they're just a bad matchup against, seems to be like the last couple of years, Miami has just been a terrible matchup against for Buffalo's been a terrible matchup for them.
Yeah,
they can't seem to really match up all the way through against Buffalo. Bills at Eagles.
I'm going with Buffalo.
I'm going Eagles. Just because they're coming off the high and everything, and just because I'm a Bills fan and I've drank the Kool-Aid win too many times, so I got to be pessimistic. Until they actually make the playoffs, I'm gonna just be down on my team. It's been 15 years. I can't be. I've taken enough beating. I can't be that positive.
I just think Philly probably blew their stuff this week.
Were you looking for a more PC word to say?
Yeah.
Blew their wad.
Wad.
LaShawn McCoy is going back to Philadelphia.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
So
Right, too. Forgot about
the
that.
Bills GM was on the radio this morning, and they asked him about it, and he said, if you got LaShawn McCoy in your fantasy, I'd pick him. So I think there's going to be a huge revenge factor. So, but I'm picking the Eagles on this one. They're home, and like I said, I don't know. I just have I'm harder on my team than any other else because they need to prove something after 15 years of shit. Titans, Jets.
I'm going with the Jets.
Yeah, I'm going with the Jets too. Pittsburgh at the Bengals. Gee, who's Shay going to take? Shay, write you down for the Bengals?
Yep.
I'm going to take the Bengals, and I'll tell you, it was completely who had home field.
Mm-hmm.
If this was flipped and Pittsburgh was at home, I'd be taking Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. But I just couldn't decide. So I was just like, when I can't decide and it gets right down to us doing the show that close, I'm like, who's home field? And that's when I pick. So nothing against your Steelers. Just
No.
It was just it's not even a hunch. It's just they're at home.
Yeah.
This is going to be a crazy game. That's going to be a good game to watch. Unfortunately, the Bills game's on at 1 o'clock too. Shit. The Colts and the Jaguars.
I'm going Jacksonville.
I am too. Why not? I've gone this far with them. Let's go the rest of the way. Although the Colts do have that ridiculous record against their division.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that made me go, But that's with Andrew Luck, so.
Yeah.
Chargers, Chiefs.
I'm going Chiefs.
I am too. Oh, this next one. Dear Lord. I just picked the next one because that was my last one hanging out there. Redskins, Bears.
The Bears.
I'm going with the Bears because they're home. That's like this is one of those again. If it was in Washington, I'd be picking the Redskins.
Yep.
Falcons, Panthers.
Panthers. Keep it rolling.
Yeah. Definitely. Panthers.
Although this is another one of those games that
Trap.
kind of scares me because Atlanta's been so crappy lately. It could just be.
I don't think they can muster anything.
I don't either, but you never know.
I think the Bucks game broke them.
Weird and wacky.
Really broke them. Weird and wacky. Saints, Bucks.
I'm going Tampa Bay.
I am too.
Yep.
Saints
Look like they're
away from the dome, and they're the every other week things. So.
Yeah, and Tampa's kind of turning it on. So
yeah. And anybody can score points against that. The Saints defense.
Yep.
Lions, Rams.
I'm going Lions.
I am too. I think the Rams are just
they're a mess.
Yeah. They've got quarterback. They're switching quarterbacks every other week. 49ers, Browns. This was a difficult one.
Yeah, me too. I'm going Cleveland at home. With Johnny
I'm going with
football.
I'm going with Blaine Gabbert.
The
49ers.
Gabbert.
I just don't think the Browns can do anything right at this point. I really don't. No, I don't. I think their spirit for the season was crushed on that Monday night against the Ravens with that final play.
Yeah, that's true.
Seahawks, Ravens.
I'm going Seattle.
Yeah, I am too. Raiders, Broncos.
Denver.
Yeah, I'm off the Raider train.
Yeah, me too.
I didn't pick them last week.
They're the faders.
Yeah, they're the faders at this moment. Cowboys, Packers.
This was kind of a tough one for me too because Green Bay's been so crappy lately. I'm going Green Bay though at home. They gotta be able to pull it out. They need it. So.
I might have, if I hadn't watched the second half of the Monday Night Football game and saw how bad Dallas really was.
Yeah.
I probably would be going with and saw that they won. I probably would be going with Dallas maybe, but the Packers. Dallas is just too. Even the Packers can muster more than what the Cowboys can on offense. Patriots, Texans.
I'm going Texans.
I'm going Texans also.
Yep.
I think they're going to get. I think they're still pretty hot, even though they lost.
Right, sure, and they need it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean, they need the win, and
I think the Patriots are just limping along.
yeah, and it doesn't. They're still not sure when they're getting Gronkowski back. So
yeah,
I guess,
and or Edelman.
Right.
So yeah. Giants, Dolphins. Oh, what
this
a
was a
miserable
hard.
game.
This was a hard one for me.
What a miserable game.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't even want to pick this game. I'm gonna go with the Giants. I don't know.
I'm going Dolphins all the way.
I was gonna say Dolphins too. But,
Yeah,
I gotta catch up to you anyway. So
there you go. I'm gonna go Dolphins. Yeah, I have no idea why. They're both terrible. I'm just going that way.
oh,
I have no explanation. So that is our Week 14 roundup. Do you want to do the old email and Twitter? You got that?
Absolutely. Got it right here.
Jay's got that somewhere.
Got it right here. You can get a hold of us at Bob and Jay's Pass Rush at gmail.com or on Twitter at Pass Rush Podcast.
And that's where you can find us.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll see you next week, everybody.
Yep.
Happy football watching.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
From Homebrew Studios, this has been Bob and Jay's Pro Football Podcast, brought to you by Bob and John's Super Duper Variety Power Hour.